Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how to integrate subtitles in React Native's new architecture both for Android and iOS. I will show you both ways, like you can either hard code your subtitles inside your project, or you can pass a URL like a network URL in which your subtitle file is located. Both ways are similar, so let's get started. Firstly, I will show you the output. Now the reason I am not running it on my real device is because it takes a lot of RAM for React Native. So here you can see, I'll show it from the start. Here you can see I have pick video. If I click on it, I can pick whatever video I want, and here you can see the subtitles have started playing. Now for this I have hard coded the subtitle inside my project, but I will also show you how to do it for a video for a URL which is located on a server, like the subtitle URL. There could be a third case as well, like in which you ask the user to pick a subtitle from his device. That approach would be very similar to the one where we have hard coded this URL inside our project, hard coded the subtitle inside our project. So we just need that particular path. Once you get the path, the rest of the code remains the same. And this is for iOS. So I'll just click on the pick video. I'll select a video. And here you can see the subtitles have started playing. So yeah, let's see how to do this. The first thing which you have to do is you have to open this Fabric Native documentation as well as this Turbo module documentation. Because if you saw in Android we were embedding the video player in an existing screen, but for iOS we were opening a different screen itself. So let's see how to do this. So first, here I have my React Native project. I will close everything. Firstly, to enable new architecture for Android, you have to search for new arc enable. It should be present inside gradle.properties. You have to make this as true. And for iOS, you will have to open your terminal, cd to the iOS directory which you have over here, and then run this particular command. So this will do this will enable the new architecture for iOS. Then firstly we will be creating this RTN my video picker. So this name is little off, like for video picking we will be using this React Native image picker library, but once we have picked the image using React Native image picker, we will send the URI to RTN my video picker. Now this is only useful for iOS, because once we have the URI, we will send this to this particular code and it will open a video picker for us. So for this RTN my video picker, you have to follow this Turbo module docs. So I will be copying a lot of code from this. So first I have created this folder, then I have created package.json file. Again I have copy pasted everything from docs, only this name has been changed, this has been changed, this has been changed, and this has been changed. Then here I have created a podspec file. Again I have copy pasted everything from docs and only this name has been changed. Then I have created a JS folder. Inside that I have created a TypeScript file. Again I have copy pasted everything from docs. Here we have changed the method name to pick video. It takes a URL, so this will be the URL which we get from picking a video using React Native image picker, and this name has been changed. That's it. Now if you see the documentation, it tells you create an iOS folder as well. We won't be creating that. Again, this is only for iOS, we don't carry it for Android. For Android we will be using RTN my player. Okay, so for iOS we will be writing all the code inside Xcode. So next you have to go to this Fabric Native documentation and create RTN my player. Firstly I have created package.json file. Again I have copy pasted everything from docs, only this name has been changed, this has been changed, and this has been changed. Now given that this module is only for Android, we actually don't need a podspec file, but there is a bug in React Native, at least at the time of this recording, that if I just make it for Android, if you try to build it for iOS, it doesn't work. That's why we have to create a minimum files required for iOS to work. We won't be writing the implementation as such. So again I have copy pasted the podspec from documentation and this name has been changed. Then I have created a JS folder. Inside that created a TypeScript file. Again copied from it docs. URL we will get from React Native image picker. This we will send as a prop. and this I have copied it from the docs as well. If you want, you can send the subtitle URL as a prop as well, but for now I have just hard coded the subtitle inside my project. But suppose if your subtitle is located on a network URL, you can just like I'm sending the video URL as a prop, you can send the subtitle URL as a prop as well. Then go to the Android folder, inside that create a build.gradle file. Again I have copy pasted it from docs, only this version has been incremented. I have added apply plugin kotlin Android, compile SDK is 34, main SDK is 21, target SDK is 34. Here I have added kotlin standard lib, this namespace has been changed, and here I have added two dependency, exoplayer as well as media 3 UI for creating our video player. Then create all these folders, then create my player package.kt. Again I have copy pasted it from docs, only this name has been changed and this has been changed. Next create my player manager.kt. again I have copy pasted everything from the docs. Everywhere I have changed the name to my player, as you can see over here as well as over here, and this is copied from docs. And here we are just initializing our my player class, and once we get the URL, we call the setup player which is present inside our my player class, and pass the URL prop. So here as you can see I have created my player.kt. again I have copy pasted everything from docs. So firstly you can copy this imports. Here I have taken one linear layout as well as lifecycle event listener. Here we are creating our player, play when ready is 2, current item is 0, playback position is 0, play. And here we are creating our player view. Here I am initializing our linear layout, setting a layout params to it. Here we are initializing our player view, setting some ID, adding it. And here as you can see I have hard coded this subtitle file. So what you will have to do is you will have to open this Android folder inside Android Studio. Okay, then I'll just close this, click on your app, right click, new folder, assets folder, and click on finish. I have already done that, so here you can see, and here I have dragged and dropped my subtitle file. Now important thing which you have to remember is the subtitle file should be in VTT format. So the extension is VTT. SRT are not directly supported both by Android and iOS. Both Android and iOS supports VTT format out of the box. So if you have an SRT file, you will have to write code to convert it to VTT file. That you can find it on ChatGPT as well. Okay, so this is where this is coming from, so sample.vtt. So if you have hard coded this, then we are creating an actual file out of it. So the name is important. My file name is sample.vtt, so over here as well use whatever name your file name is. Then we are calling setup player. Here you can see we are creating our exo player, assigning it to our player view. Then we are creating our media item, setting the subtitle configuration as well. And here inside list of we are passing, so here this part is commented out. Okay, ignore this part, this line. So here you can see I'm passing the absolute path of the sample.vtt file which we get. So this approach is for file which is hard coded inside our project. For a file which is stored on a network URL, you can comment this out and uncomment this. So here you can pass your own URL. So this is a sample VTT file which I found on GitHub. You can use whatever you feel like. So it depends on you what your approach is. Now for the third case, if suppose you want to allow the user to pick a video, so a subtitle file from his device, then you will have to follow this approach of getting the absolute path. Once you have the absolute path, you can just pass it over here. Everything else remains this way. So I'll just comment this out and comment this. Okay, and here you can see we are setting the video format as VTT, language is English, and here is flag default. I am not really sure what this is. Then we are passing our media item, play when ready, seek to, and prepare. And on host pause you don't really need this hide system UI. If you want, you can use this, otherwise you can ignore this as well as ignore this as well. And on host pause we are on host destroy, we are releasing our player. So this is the code for releasing our player. Alright, now coming back to our code. So I think I have explained you everything. So first thing, you have to install this particular library, yarn add react native image picker. Once you do that, I hope I have told you that to enable the new architecture on iOS, you have to run this command like cd to your iOS directory. Okay, once you have done that, you just have to cd back to the root of your React Native project. Firstly, you will have to run this command. then you have to run this command. Then we have to run this particular command, but here as you can see RTN my video picker is only for iOS, that's why I'm passing target as iOS. Now before running this command you will have to do cd ... it will move you outside your React Native project. Also, instead of rnapp you have to write your own project name. As you can see my project name is rnapp over here, as well as over here you will have to change it. Then you will have to again run this command, but here as you know RTN my player is only for Android, so I did pass Android over here, but this works fine for Android, but for iOS it was causing me an issue. It was telling me RTN my player not found. That's why I couldn't help it. Maybe you can just try running Android, but if you are facing some issue for iOS, then you can just make this as all. Then you will have to cd to the main Android folder, this one, and then run this command. So this will do code generation for Android, and then cd to the main iOS folder over here and then run this command. This will do code generation for iOS. Okay, now I'll just comment this out again. Then I'll come back to the iOS code later. Here I have imported all these 3 libraries. I have created one use state, and on click of the button we are calling pick video. So here you can see we are filtering by videos. Once the user picks a video, I'm checking if you are on Android, then set this video URI to whatever the URI the user has selected. If you are on iOS, then call the pick video method, and here we are sending that URI. And here as you can see again I'm checking if you are on Android, video URI is not equal to empty, then only display our RTN my player. Now coming back to iOS, also one more thing, in if you are loading your subtitle from a network URL, you have to add this internet permission over here as well. Now coming back to iOS, you will have to open the XE workspace inside Xcode. I have already done that, and you will have to update your minimum deployment target to at least I guess 14 or 15. I think that's fine. So firstly I will tell you about RTN my player, which is useless. So just create one header file, copy paste this code. Again, this is because I was facing an issue. We don't really require RTN my player for iOS. Then create an Objective-C file, change the extension to .mm, and you can just copy paste the code. I won't explain it, so you can just copy paste all this code. Then create an RTN my player manager class, Objective-C file, and change the extension to .mm again, and copy paste all this code. Then create a Swift file called my video picker. So this is important. Xcode will ask, do you want to create a bridging headers? Click yes. Then we have to create this RTN my video picker header file. So again I have copy pasted this from docs, and only so this is from turbo module docs, and only this name has been changed and this has been changed, and this only names has been changed. Then create an Objective-C file, change the extension to .mm, again copied it from docs. So this has been copied from docs. Here only name has been changed. This should be your bridging header name. So as you can see my bridging header name is rnapp -swift.h will be common for all. This has been copied from docs, only names has been changed. Here we are initializing our Swift file. This has been copied from docs and only this name has been changed. We don't really require this. So we are overriding the pick video, and we are passing that URL to the play video method of our Swift file. Now coming back to our Swift file, here as you can see we are importing avkit. This is an NS object. Also I have dragged and dropped our sample.vtt file to our iOS project as well. Make sure the target membership is checked. Next, inside my video picker, here as you can see I am initializing our subtitle URL inside the init method itself, but if you have not hard coded it, you don't have to really do this. So again the name is important, so my subtitle name is sample and vtt, and here inside play video we just call this add subtitle method, pass our video URL, and if you see the implementation, here we are creating our video URL asset. Suppose if you want to pass the subtitle from a network URL, just uncomment this code and comment this out. So you will have to use this code, but you will have to change the URL to whatever is your URL. Again, iOS only support VTT extension. You can't use SRT. You will have to write your own code. But for me, I think this is fine. Then we create an AV mutable composition, create a video track, audio track as well as subtitle track. Then I create a duration variable. Then we just insert time range inside our video track item, insert time range inside our audio track item, insert time range for subtitle track. So here is the duration which we are getting for the entire video, and on the main thread we just get hold of our root view controller. then we create our AV player view controller, then we see dot player equal to player, and then start playing the video. And here I have created one extension so that I can get hold of our root view controller, so which you can copy paste as well. So yeah, I think that should be it. Thank you for watching. Bye.